All right, well, Mortal Kombat, the movie, the new Mortal Kombat. So it came out. It's on HBO Max and in theaters. You watch it on HBO or did you go out to the theater?
HBO.
Me too.
Damn theater.
I ain't going no damn theater. It would have been cool to see it in the theater. This is the type of movie you want to see in the theater. This and like obviously Godzilla vs. Kong, but yeah, I saw it HBO Max and I gotta say I enjoyed it. But what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. It is not a good movie.
Oh no.
Let's get that. Yeah, let's get that out of the way. It is
no, the
not
script
a good
is
movie.
garbage. Oh my god,
it's terrible.
It's
Most
got
of the
pacing
dialogue
issues.
is not good.
Yeah,
the acting over half the actors cannot act.
Really, I thought the acting was one of the good things about it. I was into the acting.
I'll tell you who I have issues with later, but
yeah, I have an issue with Cole. I would say. I think he's.
Oh yeah.
Every time he got on the screen, I was just like. Yeah, Cole sucks. Anyways,
spoilers for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into it for sure. So if you haven't, go watch it and then come back and listen to this part. Skip it. Skip to the next news thing. But again, I guess we could talk about the things we didn't like. Already, it sounds like we both didn't like. You said the dialogue is what you didn't like.
The dialogue, the writing.
I liked
not good for some characters.
I liked a lot of the dialogue, especially everything that came out of Kano's mouth.
Yeah, everything out of Kano's mouth
was gold.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It was like Aussie Man Reviews plays Kano. He's like, fuck off. I was like, yes.
Hell yeah. You fucking beauty.
Oh my god. It was just
Kano
so really
it was
stole
just so
the show.
cheesy.
No,
I know. Cheesy.
I know. And man, he got his ass whooped all movie, but he would not stop talking shit. Man.
When Liu Kang was doing the down sweep kick.
He's like, all right, put your shirt on, Magic Mike.
I was like, this is a straight up, like, this is the game. This is someone spamming.
It was fan servicey as shit. I mean, again, as a fan of Mortal Kombat, it's for me. I had so much fun with the movie. I can recognize if someone doesn't know anything about Mortal Kombat or is not a fan of Mortal Kombat. I don't think you should waste your time unless you just want to like watch all of Kano's scenes because I think that's just fun regardless of who you are. But it definitely was. Do you know how like when somebody's defeated and they kind of like wobble in the air waiting to have a fatality done on them? We did that. Do you know how like everybody has weird inexplicable powers? We explain it away kind of lazily, but whatever. You'll accept it.
Oh yeah, especially in Jax's case.
Do you know how they say finish him and fatality and then flawless victory? We say all those things.
Finish him. Your soul is mine.
Flawless victory.
Fatality. Flawless victory.
Flawless victory. So, introducing characters to be like, this is a character that you know they're gonna die. Look, and the true to game fatalities, like when Kung Lao did his little saw blade thing.
Oh my god, I fucking squealed.
It was dope.
I squealed, man. I was like, I did it, because that's my absolute favorite fatality from the game.
It's funny.
That's my favorite one.
I was thinking something when I was thinking about the pacing of the movie and the length of it, because it's just under 2 hours. It's like an hour and 50 minutes. So it's, which to me, whenever I see that,
great.
as an old man, I'm always like, oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Right.
But now I kind of wish this movie did have more room to breathe. But even more than that, and it's funny because as I was thinking this, I saw some feedback about the movie today that kind of said something similar. So I want to say it was my idea originally, but because I heard it from someone else, I don't want to sit there and say like no one else has thought of this because clearly other people have thought about this. But watching this movie made me feel like there needs to be an MKCU.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been so much cooler if you gave individual movies to characters in the Mortal Kombat franchise to set up the world, because it's just the opening with Scorpion and his backstory was enough for me to like, I want a Scorpion movie. That's it. Just a Scorpion movie, please. Right. And that way, what we just saw could have done even less introductions and more tournament stuff, but we would have been already familiar with and attached to these characters. I doubt they're going to do something like that because they're not Marvel.
Not with that.
Yeah, you don't even want that? I kind of want that.
I don't think the characters have enough in the history of their lore to warrant individual movies.
Well, here's why. We have lore stemming 3 decades. We have more characters than in Smash, if you can believe it, as far as like the history of characters. Now, that's including a lot of joke characters, but that's including a lot of actual cool, interesting characters as well. there's all of this rich history as far as like the other realms and the past tournaments and lore, and just getting a glimpse of what they could do with the single character by looking at Scorpion's whole arc. You kind of jump in the middle of Scorpion and Sub-Zero's story, because Sub-Zero's there to eradicate his clan, and he's like, for the Lin Kuei.
Yeah, and somebody like mentioned before that.
That's what I was going to say. Somebody mentioned online that was like, it's interesting to see Scorpion as the good guy for once. And I was like, but was he though?
Right.
Because I'm wondering, Sub-Zero, you don't just roll up on somebody's family like, I'm going to eradicate you, all your homies, the bloodline, the clan, everybody's getting some. If you did nothing. Like, right. I'm not saying Scorpion had that coming to him. Maybe it was over retaliation, but something happened to the Lin Kuei, and Scorpion was involved. That's all I'm saying. So, going further back and, like, looking at this blood feud and, like, his storied history, maybe he's in the Nether Realm towards the end of his film, figuring out his powers. I feel like there's enough there for a Scorpion movie or a Scorpion
Oh, there's definitely enough
movie.
There for a Scorpion movie.
Then you have Sonya Blade and Jax. Like, they have their whole history with the armed forces and researching after Jax kills somebody who's meant to be a champion, researching that. That would be less It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia in front of the conspiracy board like she was in her trailer. Like, and then, and of course,
Mortal Kombat.
She was giving Cole gold, by the way. She was giving him conspiracy psycho gold, and he was just like,
hell yeah.
He was just like, yeah, really? Are you serious about this? Cool, bro. I'm like, fucking Cole, man.
You believe me now? Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I believe you or whatever.
6-foot reptile just attacked me. You know?
That was crazy, bro. Did you see that? Oh my god, I'm an MMA fighter and I suck. Anyways.
Right, yeah. He was trash. He was
that could have been its whole movie. Kano,
he was winning that first fight.
Right. Kano, his whole history at the Black Dragons and Cabal and just being a son of a bitch. I want that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then of course, and then you have Kung Lao and Liu Kang and their relationship as being monks and their whole training and their history and their friendship would have brought a lot more weight to Kung Lao dying. You know what I mean? And then of course you have Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung and maybe the history between him and the gods and why he wants to break all those rules and his soul sucking and gathering all the dark forces towards him. That's a movie. Like, I'm telling you.
Your friend's about to get his soul sucked.
If you go all the way back to 2010, if you go all the way, I'm sorry, I was just thinking about something that could fit just as well as a porn. If you could go all the way back to 2010, prior to Iron Man, and predict how that would have went, you know what I mean? You couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was perfect casting when I heard Robert Downey was going to be Iron Man, but I wasn't an Iron Man fan. I knew about him. But I wasn't like, oh my god. I was like, Wolverine movie, because it was all X-Men, Spider-Man.
I was excited because I saw the animated series back in the day. I was like, I am Iron Man.
I definitely wasn't excited for a Thor movie. I was like, this is bullshit, you know? And the Hulk movie was cool, but Hulk is Hulk. You know, there's only so many ways to tell that story. But it culminated into this awesome thing because a lot of planning and effort went into it. Mortal Kombat could have the same thing if they wanted it. There's enough there to expound upon. It's dumb as hell. But again, if you break down the base components of Marvel movies, they're dumb as fuck, but they make you care about the characters. So I feel like it could work. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay. I'll give you some of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch all... Well, I would watch all of them, obviously, but...
Look, the point is, there was no techno in the Mortal Kombat movie. 0 out of 10. Okay? Don't go see it.
I want to talk about some of the characters and some of the fights.
Okay.
Because, first off, Cole.
Yeah.
At first, him existing was just on my nerves. But then, he's a descendant of Scorpion. So I'm like, okay, thank you. He's not a random character. He has some purpose here. But the fact that he's the chosen one and they're going to win Mortal Kombat because of him. You have so many characters that you can draw from this lore. You have like, I don't even know, like 100 or so characters that you can put in this movie to form the plot around, and you make up a character.
I was okay with that because it's not like we haven't explored MK babies like in Mortal Kombat 10. That's true. There was Johnny Cage's kid. There was Sub-Zero's kid, I think.
I would have loved if he was like Takeda or something, because I loved playing as him.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, but I was okay with like a kid of a major character because that's been explored in the game, so it felt like it fit, I guess.
Right.
So, but the characterization himself, he was a family man, and
I did not
was an orphan from the south side of Chicago with an accent, and
I bought absolutely none of that shit.
I know he had no personality.
I was like, that's his. Like Vicky was watching it with me. She's like, why is he all hanging all over this little girl? Like that's not appropriate. Like you couldn't even tell that was supposed to be his daughter.
You're right. They didn't really establish that very well in the beginning. It wasn't until like he kissed his wife when they were at that ice cream stand where I was like, oh, this is a family. Okay.
Exactly. And I was like, wow, that's terrible. If I can't tell that that's his daughter and he's like with this person, like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah, his wife when she was there helping him out, I was like, is that his doctor or
right? Is that his friend?
Yeah, I don't watch his fights anymore. Gotta go.
Will they? Won't they?
Yeah,
like
I don't know. And yeah, his character was so bland and lame, and he didn't have anything cool to say or do. His
power was super lame.
Yeah, he can make armor and tonfas. Cool.
Yeah.
His fight with Goro was dope, though. I like that a lot.
It was, but I don't buy for one fucking second that he took out Goro.
That armor, was reinforced. He could take the blows.
I don't give a fuck what it was.
It was force redistribution, homie.
This is Goro.
Yeah.
Goro. He should have already been dead from all the hits he was taking from Goro, honestly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's.
I did like how his wife like stepped in with that axe. She's like, "Fuck this," and she like ran up.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
And like swung an axe into his side. I was like, "Yeah, don't be a damsel, help out."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were a lot of little Easter eggs. I saw Nightwolf, Kotal Khan.
Mm-hmm. Kotal Khan was cool.
Baraka.
Yeah, Kano liked Kotal Khan. He's like, "Oh, this is my kind of guy right here."
Right. Shinnok's amulet was in there, so I was like, okay, we're getting our fan service.
Kano tried to steal it.
A character that I'm very surprised was in there was Natara. And Natara is the vampire outworld assassin. I was just like, they put Natara in this?
Yeah. What? And then they took her back
she's
out?
Not... Yeah, she's... Right, exactly. She's not a legacy character, even though I think she had first appeared in Mortal Kombat Deception, but that was still all the way back in like 2005.
Yeah.
So... When I think about Mortal Kombat, though, I'm thinking about 1, 2, and 3 and those characters. So to see a character from the 3D Mortal Kombat games, it surprised me.
I was
into it. You had Reiko, which was just a big doofy looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this supposed to be? Reiko? Okay.
All right.
I guess.
That was a little bit of a stretch. I'll give you that. Cabal looked good, though.
Oh, yeah. Cabal looked amazing, and his fights were amazing. Melina, with her fine ass.
Oh, yeah. We can just do the not kissing thing, but she's, oof, girl, come on.
No, we can
I
kiss.
want to take you to the movies.
Care. We can kiss.
Oh, yeah?
Bloody mouth and all. Yeah.
Oh, man, you about to get your lips bit off.
Oh, baby.
But no, she was cute,
and everybody was complaining, where are her teeth? Ooh. And I'm like, they're going to show up. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, because of her regular mouth not being, No, you can tell, like, the way it was shaped and the scar on the side of her face that it opens up. I mean, come on, man.
Right. Yeah,
haven't you seen Itchy the Killer? This is a thing. It's fine.
I wasn't a fan of Shang Tsung.
Yeah. He didn't have near as much chew the scene presence as the original Shang Tsung. He had some big shoes to fill, for sure.
Jax, he was one of the better parts of the movie.
He was fun.
Yeah, but the way that they explain the powers is when you have a mark of the dragon, which you get from defeating someone else who has the mark.
Or just being the chosen one.
Yeah. Or just being the chosen one.
Or like a descendant, yeah.
Yeah, you have to have the mark to awaken your arcana, which is basically your special ability, your magic power, or whatever.
Oh, wait, so hey, is it going to be something cool like fireballs? Right. Or something lame like a fucking frisbee?
Fireballs. Fucking laser beam.
Frisbee hat.
He said, it's better than a fireball, little pussy. But, so, Jax ends up getting his arms ripped off. Or frozen and busted off.
Yeah, by Sub-Zero, which is something you can see in the trailer, which is bullshit. Don't put that in the trailer.
Yeah, and the monks, for some reason, graft little baby mechanical arms to him. I don't know how they
The fact that they work so well without any kind of physical therapy. They put in a throwaway line like they are researching all the realm's technology to help your friend.
Yeah, and then they just figured out how to do it. But, I can suspend my disbelief only for so long, and
I could tell though
it's no longer suspended.
Right, I could tell when they were, because I couldn't tell at first if they were finished with his baby arms, but when I could tell like this is it, I was like, his arcana is that he grows fucking robot arms,
and that's exactly what it is. He's trying to lift the boulder off of Sonya. Exactly, he gets Transformer arms, yeah. and I'm just thinking to myself like, so had he not gotten his arms ripped off, would he have gotten metal arms as his arcana?
Yeah, I don't know how the arcana thing works. It was a little underbaked.
Well.
I mean, it did help them lean into like the fantastical powers that each of them has, which is kind of cool. But the explanation of arcana was really underbaked. So I feel like we could have given a little bit more time to that and less time to Cole. Maybe just make Sonya and Jax the main characters. Who needs a Cole? Although it was a cool vehicle to bring back Scorpion. So yeah, Liu Kang and Kung Lao would have been fine.
Shaolin Monks movie. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I think we should get together and play through that one day.
Oh yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I would love to do that.
That would be really fun. I love that fucking game.
Yeah, put a pin in that.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think we're done here.
Yeah.
I think we've exhausted it. It's great. I would say for a fan, it's a 4 out of 5. For the average moviegoer, it's probably a 2 out of 5. Just depends on where you're coming from. I think it's great. I think if you were to rate video game movies, especially if by the criteria of faithfulness to their source material and effort, I would say it goes in the top 10.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's not a very...
No, it's not a prestigious top 10 by any means.
Not a...
But it gets
I
in
will
there.
say that I prefer the first movie over this movie, even still.
Tests your might.
Right.
A
group of psycho freaks attacked my fighters.
Oh my god. The
Mortal
original
Kombat
Raiden
is not about death, but life.
Christopher Lambert.
Mortal men and women defending the realm of Earth. I don't think so.
Oh.
And the soundtrack was way better.
Oh,
like Mortal Kombat
better.
1995 is better than Mortal Kombat 2021.
Somebody needs to recut this movie with the original soundtrack. Perfect fucking movie.
Oh my goodness. And then, at the end we get the tease for Johnny Cage. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to Hollywood. Oh, I'm going to find Johnny Cage."
He had a much bigger body. I was like, is it going to be John Cena?
Dun, you can't see me. Citizen Cage. But they have 4 more movies planned.
Yeah. And they kind of retcon the deaths of all the characters, which I like, because that means we get to see him again, but we also get to see more fatalities.
Goro and Sub-Zero, they retcon.
I thought he grabbed Melina, too. Did he not grab Melina? I don't know. Shang Tsung shadow absorbed a few different fighters, so we'll see how it actually works.
We're definitely getting another Cybot.
Yeah.
And maybe Goro becomes Kintaro. Maybe that's how they...
Who knows?
Throw that in there.
I'm here for it, though. I'll check.